Hey guys, I'm Eric Dubois for ProMusicProducers.com, and today we're going to talk about claps, how you can get the best out of a very simple sampled clap, and how you can make your very own customized claps. First off, we're going to start with a little bit of history. I find it super interesting. If you don't, just skip on forward to the video where I can start showing you all the tricks and tips in Ableton Live. But first off, if you don't know what an 808 clap or a 909 clap is, stick with me so I can show you a little bit. The 808 and the 909 are actually drum machines made by Roland. So let me show you this here. This is the Roland TR-808. So it's a basic drum machine. You have a sequencer down here at the bottom. You have all of your different drum parts and drum hits. The bass drum, the snare drum, the clap, and you can regulate everything like this, and very, very common. All the 808 drums and 909 drums are used a lot by many producers, and they're getting more and more trendy now, especially with electronic music and trap music. So it's very important to know what these guys are. The Roland, the 808 and the 909 are very similar. They're both drum machines by Roland. The 808 came out in like the 80s, beginning of the 80s I think. Didn't make a huge success. 909 was the same, came out around 84, 85. Didn't make a huge success either, but it's pretty, nowadays it came to market. You can see it's like $1,000 to buy one of these guys. Let me give you an example of the differences between those two sounds. Okay, so let me show you with Outcast the way you move. We got one right here. This song was all used with an 808 drum. You'll recognize it right away if you don't know the sound. Super dope. So this is all 808 drums, full. The 909, so you can see 808 very hip hop, very trap music. The 909, let me show you this in Pump Up the Jam. Super old school song, but I love it. I find it excellent. Technotronic, that was the name. Pump Up the Jam, this song was used only on a 909. So you can already hear the huge difference. Skip ahead a little bit, get some full jams. On 909, on 909. So those are just two examples. One, the 808, which is always used in trap and hip hop music. Not always, but I mean like very common. Second is the 909, used a lot in electronic music, especially back in the day, the beginning of techno and acid. Really was huge. But now, let's go and have some fun a little bit, and let's make our own stuff. Okay, so back in Ableton, this time I'm going to show you guys some simple tricks that I use. So I have this basic drum beat here and a drum rack, and a sub bass and just like a MIDI instrument going on, just to give you an idea. I have this 808 clap here, sample, which is very basic. And solo this out. This 808 clap is very basic, super simple. So let's just drag it on into our drum rack here. There it is, it's in one shot. Perfect. So here we go, our 808 clap. Now, let's see, I'm gonna just erase this one here. Let's see how it sounds with our whole drum beat. I'm gonna solo the drums. Super basic, not much going on, but always sounds really good. With the instruments, goes well, works. But I'm going to show you a little bit, I'm going to show you some few tricks to make that clap sound a little bit more. So trick number one is layering. we're gonna layer that same clap, and we're gonna affect those two claps a little bit different and pan them a little bit more to give a little bit more width and a little more power into that clap. So here we go. So you're in your drum rack. I use drum racks, but if you use tracks for every single part of your drum, it's the same thing. Just double your track and you'll see how it goes. So select your sample, the 808 clap, and group it. So either Control G or Command G, or you can just right click, select group. We're gonna open this little section here, which is our change section, where we can start layering stuff together. So we have our first layer, which is our TRA 808 clap, the basic, and we're gonna double this. So Control D, Command D, or right click, duplicate, super easy. So we have our clap 1 and our clap 2. The first one, we're gonna go ahead and pan it about like 30. Second one, we're gonna pan it down 30 as well. Sorry, my mouse is not very clicking well. I'm using, by the way, to cut you guys off a little bit, I'm using this super old computer to show you guys that we can do anything with any type of computer. It's just a little bit of patience, but you can do the same stuff even if you have no equipment, no gear. My back is back there. Sorry for the mess, but I prefer to show you guys on this kind of stuff. Okay, so we doubled the clap, 30, 32. Now let's hear how it sounds. The instruments. Sounds a little bit more wide, but there's not a lot of difference, if you want my opinion. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna tweak it a little bit more. We're gonna take our second clap and make sure you're in one shot, make sure your warp is on, and we're gonna transpose it down 2 steps, or up, or down, or mix it, or use a filter to play around with it, but we wanna kind of differentiate the left from the right clap. Now let's hear how this sounds. So we're hearing already something happened. Recording stopped. You can only record 10 minutes on the free version. Bandcamp. Please purchase bandcamp.com. Okay, so we're back. I have this horrible screen monitoring recording system that I got for free, and it only allows me to record 10 minutes, so it just cut in the middle of my explanation. But now we're back. Okay, so we layered our 2 claps together. Here's how it sounds. We pitched 1 down. We already have a lot more style going on. So if we just use the same one as we had in the basic, already we're getting a more pump. So this is just a very, very easy trick to get a little more width and a little more dynamic into your simple sample clap. Use the same sample, you double it, you pan it, you pitch it. Simple. This always works for anything, for a hi-hat, for a snare, for a vocal line, for a lead. This trick is a go-to. Now, the second trick I'm going to show you is what I call the out of sync. So instead of having 2 claps playing at the same time, just pan differently, this time we're going to have the second clap play a little bit early to creates a cool effect, it makes it nice. So we're going to go back to the original version with just 1 clap, mono, and I'm going to ungroup this so that there's no problems. Ungroup. So here we go. We have just our basic clap, TR8 clap here on this symbol. Now what we're going to do this time is we're going to duplicate this onto another cell so that we have 2 notes to play around with, 2 different claps that can play in different times. The second one we're going to do the same thing, pitch it down 2 steps to have a little difference. And now where the magic happens is in our MIDI section. So I'm going to select all the hits that I've already done and just duplicate it here. Maintain Control or Command on a Mac so that you can just duplicate or just copy and paste. Super easy. This is our second clap. We're going to zoom in a little bit and make sure you selected all of your MIDI notes. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do this one by one, and it's horrible. To select all of it, just click on your cell here, and it's gonna select all of the MIDI notes on that cell. And we're gonna drag it just a little bit forward. Let's hear how that sounds. So that's sounding already pretty cool. Drag it. If you drag it too much, it just sounds way off. See, it's just way off. We don't want that. We want just a little bit. You can put it right in sync. This is pretty cool. Back to our drum rack, and we're gonna open this section here because I forgot to pan them left to right. So let's do this right now. Open this section is gonna show you all of your cells in your drum rack and all of the different returns and synth channels you can add in the drum rack. I find this section super important. So we're gonna go on our 2 claps and we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do 30 right, and then we're gonna do 30 left. And just see how this sounds. I find the difference like dramatic. Just by panning the two, duplicating it and panning the two, you just adds so much to your sound. I find it a little bit too much in advance, so I'm gonna shorten it back. There you go. Super easy, super simple as always. Just duplicate your track, duplicate your cell, and slide all the MIDI notes a little bit more in advance, and you have a great sounding. It just pumps up your whole sound, and you haven't done anything special. You didn't buy a super expensive plugin. You didn't mix it. You didn't add reverb. We didn't add anything yet to it. We didn't EQ it. We didn't compress it. It's just like that. A little bit of water. And there you go. Now, the third trick, what I love to do all the time, is record your own hand claps and use your own hand claps to create a width, and this will add more personality and uniqueness to your sound. We're going to use the basic TRA clap in the middle, and then on the left and the right we're going to put 2 different original hand claps that we made, just to make everything pop and sound more funky. So I'm going to prepare this back again. So we are going to hide this, erase our second clap, put this one back to the middle, and there we are. Alright, so we are back to the simplest and the basics that we are. This one we don't need anymore. Erase all these MIDI notes, and here we are back in the basics. So we have our tier 8 clap, 808 clap, and I'm going to just pull out my microphone and record a simple hand clap. So external 1 in, start recording. Right. Bring my little microphone, put it down here, make sure the sound is cool, not saturate too much, a little bit further back. Okay, solo this, and we're just gonna record our claps. So I like to do 3 claps to have an idea of what I want. Different distances, more close, more far. And here we go. This is my clap. Rename it right away. Eric clap. And we're gonna go to our drum rack, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we are going to layer these claps onto our main clap. So right click, group. This is where you have to be patient again on old computers. Open your chain selector right here, and we're going to just drag our clap straight in there. There we go. We're going to pinpoint, try to find the best sounding clap we've got. I think this one's pretty neat. Unsolo this. Out. Okay, solo it to find the best spot. How about here? We're gonna select one shot, make it pop right there. That was not bad. This one's a little lower. I like the lower version. So select your beginning and your end point with these two arrows to get the best thing you have. I like this one. I also like to play around with the fade out. I don't like to have all that echo going on, so I put it around like there. Okay, so we got our air clap. That I'm gonna pan 30. And then I'm gonna record the clap of someone else. I'm gonna call my girlfriend so that she can record some claps so that we can creates a better atmosphere and more personality into your claps. If you're using always your sound, your clap, it's not gonna have too much variety. But if you have someone else with you, use it and record it. So I'm gonna call her and she's gonna come and record her own claps because everything's not working. Now go. One more. Awesome. Thank you, my sweetie. Always be the nicest boyfriend or the nicest husband you can be. If you don't want your girlfriend to come into your studio and start whacking and breaking everything around because you're spending too much time in here, you gotta be the nicest and the best you can be. Cook for her, clean, do as much as you can. And I love my wife, so now we have our clap. Let's see how this sounds. Okay. So, take your clap, drag it into the drum rack. We're gonna mix out this one, find the best one that we can. I'm gonna call it the love clap. It's my beautiful wife. One shot, find the beginning section, settle the drum rack to get a little bit, to hear what's going on. Drum rack, let's hear. Alright, I want this one, the high one. The third one sounded the best for me. Yeah, awesome. Drag the end point, drag your start point. As always, I like to put the fade out because there's a lot of echo in my room, and so you can hear it, and when it stops, it just sounds horrible. That's better. All right, now we have it. We're gonna put this one minus 30. 30 to the left. Gotta use my keyboard. 30. All right. Wipe, tack, 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 tack. All three. Let's hear all these three sounds together. Without the main clap. Sounds pretty poor, sounds pretty shitty, but when you put your sample clap with it, this is just to add more power. So the clap alone sounds like that. And with all of us, pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool. And when you put it with the rest of your instruments, then just add all the effects you want to it, add the reverb, the compressor, all kinds of crazy stuff. We're gonna do this right now. Tack, 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 tack. With reverb, reverb, reverb. Here's a reverb. Add your reverb to the end. Not here because it's only gonna add it to the love clap, but if you put it here, it's gonna add it to all of your claps together. Put the dry wet a little bit down, this one a little bit higher up. I don't want any of the lows to filter in. Already creates just so much more. You can put it all the way, have a little more big stereo width. Mine, I like to filter it a little bit. Put a low pass. Her clap sounds almost like a snap, you know? But it sounds really good all together. And there you go. That was all the techniques you have to make an amazing sounding clap with just some simple tricks. I'm Eric Dubois. Check out the article on promusicproducers.com for all the details on how to do the tricks. You'll find the link below. If you want, I'm still looking for producers to join the team. We launch out challenges every week where you can download the samples and you have 1 hour to produce a 1-minute track. If any of you guys want to collaborate, or if you have any questions or any advice of your own, I'm always open to some great new tips or some great new samples, or whatever you guys have to offer. Just put a comment below, shoot me an email, or go and visit my website. Everything's on the links. And yeah, have a great one. Keep playing music, keep being creative. Think of all kinds of different ways you can just record your own sounds and add them and layer them in. Recently, I used a skateboard, rolled the wheel of a skateboard to add that to a snare. It was pretty cool. Makes me super proud to be able to put my own sounds into my tracks, and I think you guys too. So just go ahead and do it. If you have any ideas, any new cool stuff you want to share with us, just put a comment below. Thanks for watching. Check out the article on promusicproducers.com, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.